Hey, what's going on? It's Chase here at EVERBULLISH, the stock Sherpa on YouTube. It's a Friday. It is the end of the week. I've closed out almost all of my positions. The only position I'm still holding right now is the option on EOG, and that one's in the money quite a bit. I gave you on my website the strike and the purchase price as well as the time frame on that one. So hopefully you followed. I am holding on to that. Prices look very good in the oil space. I think that pent up demand in the coronavirus times and summer coming up and the consumption of oil as well as the price, mostly with the price of the gasoline and commodity itself is what I follow. So I've mentioned before, and hopefully you guys are picking up on this, but I normally close out most of my positions, if not all of my positions, on Fridays. So my position in LabVIEW has been closed out. I've mentioned that. ERX was an absolute stunner this week. Well over double-digit returns in that one. Single double-digit returns in that one. I'm very bullish on that, but I went ahead and closed it out. I'll likely be rebuying it. But Fridays, as I've mentioned, I feel like a lot of the hedge fund managers, a lot of the institutional investors, and even the retail investors have already taken their kickball and walked away from the game and left the stadium and said, I'm going home. So that's where we are today. I want to keep all of my followers abreast on what's going on. And I was just excited to make a video this morning. So today is, again, it's Friday. It's the 30th. So we're coming up on the end of the month. I'm going to be pulling out my Stock Traders Almanac on my next video and talking about what happens in the month of May. So please follow that. I came out of the gates a little quick there. So that song we were rocking, that song is called Life's Been Good to Me So Far. Awesome song. Joe Walsh, formerly of the James Gang. One of my favorite lyrics is, my Maserati goes 185. I lost my license, now I don't drive. He kind of talks about the redundancy of life. Anyway, life's been good, and it's Friday, and life is good, and my trading's been good. Hopefully you've been following, and if not following, at least learning. So didn't have a ton to talk about today, but what I figured I would do, a lot of the times I will tweet, so check out I call it tweeting, check out my Instagram, check out my Facebook, EVERBULLISH, and in my stories, a lot of the times I'll talk about what's going on in the market. I guess my story already expired, but NIO is a stock that I've been crushed on. I have a long story about how I lost a potential literal millions of dollars on an options trade because I lost my conviction in NIO. I had an option on NIO, over a year-long leap on NIO when it was at $10, and it dropped to $6, and I got scared and I traded it. And now it's at what, 40 or 50, right? So, and it's probably going to be one of the most, probably the most global electric vehicle company in the world. So I saw a deal pop up on one of the websites that I use to follow, and it said that NIO, I knew their earnings were coming out this week, that their revenue growth was over 430%. So I never say never. I'm going back to the well. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm buying NIO today. NIO, it's a Chinese company that scares a lot of people off. That also provides a lot of upward trajectory. So NIO, NIO, they're basically the Tesla of China, but they don't cost as much, and they are already being used as cabs and other types of vehicles in Asia. And their goal is to expand all the way, what would that be, westward and south to Australia. So anyway, NIO is one that I'm going to go ahead and say fire away. I don't fire away on Fridays, but I am now with all the other positions I mentioned. I've closed out, except for the option on EOG. And what else is going on, guys? Let's go to finance. I had a couple oh yeah. So Bitcoin is getting kind of playing second fiddle to Ethereum this week. And I love Ethereum. I've told you before, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are in the EverBullish 1 portfolio. That's the reason I'm beating the market in that portfolio. That's the reason you're not doing as well, because your advisor doesn't get paid for putting those type of assets in a portfolio. They'd rather put their own type of mutual funds inside of a wrap account, charge you 1% and the expense ratio, which would make it more like 1.6%, and not give you the best assets until they create their own. Fidelity, for an example, is creating their own Bitcoin ETF or crypto ETF, and you can bet your bottom dollar that'll be put inside of their professionally managed portfolios so they can double dip. They're not the only ones. Goldman's doing it too. Schwab and TD are probably going to figure out a way to do it too once they see how the other firms go. So look, EVERBULLISH One portfolio, these are the type of things I'm teaching you. You can experience those type of returns without having to deal with the mess, and it costs $75 with no expense ratios or fees on top. So anyway, I took that time to plug myself. Let's get to it. With this Bitcoin trade. So Bitcoin was up 7% overnight, and I looked at this yesterday. It was at 43. It's at 53, and now it's at 57. If you recall, GBTC was a play for this week. GBTC is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and I told you it was trading at a discount, which it was. So when Bitcoin goes up, it moves up more than what Bitcoin does, and it's becoming more and more stable, and it's already extremely liquid. So GBTC, I mentioned, it's up 10% today. Look at that, 46. Let's see what I can do here. So yeah, it's at 46. It's up 10%, and I told you guys that I like that. I told you why I like that, even when Bitcoin was at 47, and now it's at 57 1 week later. I did not close that one out. And I should be more specific on this because I had a listener ask. I have day trades, which I expect to close out within a day or two. And then I have swing trades, and those day trades are usually options. And those options are usually placed on, I've found a groove, and I publicize this groove for you as well. I normally place those trades somewhere around 9:40 Central Time, because I've been doing this long enough to where I don't know if it's superstition, and it's certainly got a lot of true statistical backing, but that's when I get the best price on the options that I'm trading on these companies. So anyway, that's when I put the day trades on, and the ones that I talk about on this video that are day trades. There's also swing trades, and my swing trades are almost always going to be 2 or 3 times levered ETFs, and those are the ones that I believe that have been followed the most given the comment section. Let me know if that's not true in the comment section, but yeah, so like LabU, ERX, EOG, that is an option, but I'm holding that one as a swing trade too. There's been a bunch of other ones that are skipping my mind right now. Oh yeah, QS, GBTC, I'll mention as a swing trade also, but I also said, and this is my hypothesis, is that it was such a ripe deal at the time that if it lost money, I'd buy more, and if it lost money, I'd even buy more, because I like it long term too. So when I talk about a swing trade, there will be times where I will just look at those as genuine LTHs or long term holds, and that's what this GBTC trade was. If you followed me on that, you're probably up about 15 or 20%. I hope you did. But I'm not getting out of this guy. I think given the discount that I explained before, I think that it's still right. Now, my 2 biggest trades, I talked about the one NIO. I'm in on NIO. I'm just going to go ahead and look at that like I'm going to hold it for a month, maybe 2 months. I'm not using options because it's a Chinese company, and there's always that extra layer of, oh shit. You know, something will come out about the trade war, something will come out about a barge getting stuck in the Suez Canal or whatever that just blows the whole thing off. So I'm not using options on NIO, and I believe that it already has that extra layer of risk on top of it, which also gives us that extra layer of reward in the event that things go well. I can't turn my back on 430% revenue growth. Second one is SOS. I'm back in. I've touted this one before. This is a stock that I look at as completely beat up. I know it's got heavy short interest. It's also got a little bit of publicity on the Reddit pages and that type of stuff. That's not why I like it. It's a Bitcoin mining company, very similar to Riot and very similar to Mara, except it does other things too. It does cloud computing, it does blockchain, and it does corporate security. They have been completely beat down and trashed. There was a Hindenburg article, all of that. I liked it at 8. At 6, I was all in. I lost money on that trade, and it's dropped to now 3.4, 3.5. That's just a negative correlation that I don't agree with. I mean, we're looking at Bitcoin at 57. Even if they only produce one Bitcoin, that would be $57,000. So that's free revenue to a company that is already profitable. So my biggest trade of this end of the month, let's call it, is I'm going to start picking up on every down day. I'm going to pick up 1 or 2 options about, let's call it a month and a half out on SOS. So there's a free one for you. I hope you guys follow. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like the content. I know that today was a little bit less structured than usual, but I was fired up and I wanted to get this out. And I'm on a tight time schedule, so let's close it up. I got some new stickers, the EVERBULLISH logo, and then I got this other logo, which I think is pretty cool. Tell me in the comments which one you like. We got the green and the jazzed up, then we got the regular. So let me know in the comments what you like. Please keep following, please keep subscribing. I'm getting an awesome word of mouth, and that's how you know that something good's happening, is that when people talk about it, you don't have to brag on yourself. So that's enough. Check out the portfolio store. Buy one of my digital downloads for the 3 longer term hold portfolios, the EVERBULLISH 1, the EVERBULLISH Dividend, the EVERBULLISH Balanced. I am the YouTube portfolio manager. I will be making videos always, and when it is necessary, we will rebalance those portfolios together. So for 75 bucks, you can get outperformance. You can learn how to beat your portfolio manager, and you get all this other content as well. And by the end of next year, if you don't like it, or the end of this year, if you don't like it, just don't buy it next year. But 1/10 the cost of the Fidelity Contra Fund. I'm beating the Fidelity Contra Fund. I'm very excited, very bullish about that. So everbullish.com/portfolio store, everbullish.com free newsletter, EVERBULLISH 1 podcast. I am Chase at EVERBULLISH, also known as the Stock Sherpa on YouTube, also known as the YouTube portfolio manager. Follow my trades if you like them. I do have to say this is not financial advice, and it's all intended so that you can learn everything and that it's nothing but educational in nature, right? That's the legal part of it. But anyway, I really appreciate all you guys. Let's get rich, all good. AFG, LGR, LFG. We'll see you.